Hi love, welcome back. In today's class we are making this beautiful mesh cover up palazzo pants. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do, and if you're a returning subscriber, hello gorgeous, I appreciate you. Let's get right into class. In today's tutorial I'll be using 40-gram yeye yarn, and I'm going to be doubling it as usual because anytime you're using a 40-gram you'd have to double it to get a perfect strand. My stitch marker, a 4mm hook, and your tape measure. So to begin with, I'm going to make a slip knot. So you make a slip knot and you will take the measurement of your hip. In my case, I'm doing for a size large, which is hip size 41 to 42. Go ahead and make your foundation chain to cover your hip, but make sure it's in a multiples of 5. Multiples of 5 here means it should be 5, 10, 15 as it goes. I'm done with my long chain for size large, with hip size 41. This is it. So this is my measurements. So you can see it's 41, but when stretched I can get 42, and that's totally fine. So the next thing you're going to do, you're going to hold your chain and make sure it's not 10 and slip stitch to form a circle. Slip stitch from the beginning chain, and that is it. So for row 1 you're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and you are going to make a double crochet in the same stitch. And now you're going to chain 11 and make a double crochet in your 5th stitch. So skip 4 and make a double crochet in your 5th stitch and make another double crochet in the same stitch and chain 11 again. And make a double crochet in the 5th stitch, count 4 and skip 4 and make a double crochet in the 5th stitch, and go ahead and add another one. So pretty much this would be the pattern. You're going to chain 11, skip 4, make double crochet, 2 double crochets in the 5th stitch. And that is going to be the pattern for row 1. So go ahead and keep working this until you get to the beginning of the row. So at the beginning of the row you're going to slip stitch in the first double crochet you made. So here it is. So your work should be looking like this. So for row 2 you are going to slip stitch up into the middle of your first 11 chains. So slip stitch until you get to the middle. So you can slip stitch 4 or 5 times. Now at the middle of your 11 chains you're going to chain 2 and work your first double crochet, and now make 11, chain 11 and make 2 double crochet in the 11 chain space, the next 11 chain space, chain 11 again, go into the next space with 2 double crochet, So this is going to be the pattern for row 2. Chain 11, go in each space with 2 double crochets until the end of the row. You are going to slip stitch at the beginning, the first 2 double crochet, and you are going to work your slip stitches up until the middle of your first chain 11 space. So you're going to work slip stitch up, and when you're at the middle, this is how your work should be looking like. You're going to chain 2 again and make your first double crochet, and now chain your 11 and repeat row 2. So you're going to repeat row 2 until you have 9 rows. So I have 2 already, so go ahead and repeat it until you have 9 rows, and I'll meet you when I'm done with my 9 rows. So this is my 9 rows, love, and I've divided my work into 2 equal parts, and you can see there's a stitch marker, and this is how the work looks like now. So we are going to work on the clutch. So with that, you are going to make a chain 12 inches long. So just chain and measure and make sure it's 12 inches. So I have to add a few rows to get my 12 to 13 inches. That's fine. So you're going to slip stitch inside the mark space where the stitch marker is to get the exact middle. So as you can see, the work is divided now, and we are going to be working on one side of the leg. Row 1 of the leg space, you're going to chain 2, make your double crochet on top of the double crochet space. Now you're going to chain 11 as you're doing, and go inside the next space with 2 double crochets, chain 11, go into the next space with 2 double crochet, and you're going to go around like that until you get to the chain space, this chain space that joined the work. So I'm at this space, and you're going to make 2 double crochet inside that double crochet before we work on the chain. So now you're going to chain 11, and here you're going to count your work and divide it. So if you had 15, it's going to be 3 3 3. If you had 14 chain, just divide it, count the chain and work its proportion. So with here, I'm skipping 3 and double crocheting 2 times in the 4th stitch. So go ahead and work on your chain space until you're done with the row. At the end of your chain space, you are going to slip stitch in the beginning, the first double crochet, and you are going to slip stitch up until the middle. So this process is the same thing we were doing for the chain 9 space. So anytime you get to the end of the row, you slip stitch and make your slip stitches until you get to the top of the row, and make your first double crochet, chain 2 and make a double crochet, and you chain 11 and go in each space with 2 double crochet. So now this is exactly what you are going to be doing all around. So keep working this until you get your desired length. So this is the clutch area. Keep repeating the same exact process until you have your desired length. So slip stitch and go in with slip stitches until you are at the top of your work, and chain 2, make your first double crochet and chain 11, and yes. So I'm going to work off camera and I'll meet you when I'm done with my first leg. And we will make the second one. This is my first leg completed, and this is how the work looks like. So we are going to be working the second one. So I made about 24 rows. So we are going to make the second one now. So now you're going to make a slip knot and attach your yarn and chain 2. So we are going to work. We are going to be working towards the clutch area. So chain 2, make your first double crochet inside the same space and chain 11 as usual. Make your 2 double crochet just direct opposite the 2 double crochets. Inside the 2 double crochet space, chain 11 again. Go in to the 2 double crochet space and make 2 double crochets. So this will be facing each other, and you're going to work that until you are done with the clutch area. So here you're going to work 2 double crochet in that space and chain 11, and now you are going to work 2 double crochet, chain 11, make 2 double crochets inside the chain 11 spaces. So you're going to go in each space with 2 double crochet until you get to the beginning of the work. So at the beginning of the work, you're going to slip stitch just as we did for the first leg, and you are going to go in with slip stitches until you are at the top of your work. And at the top of your work, you are going to chain 2 and make your first double crochet and chain 11 and repeat the same exact process until you have 24 rows. And pretty much this is the pattern, so easy, and I know you would be able to do this. Yeah. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, my love, my darling, please do share the video to your family and friends and anybody and your enemies, so they would come and learn something new, and God will bless you. And this is it. This is the final work. So you go ahead, cut and fasten all loose ends, and for the waist part, we are going to make a long chain, and this is the lazy girl chain. Just combine 4, add 4 strands and chain them, and you are going to go into the exact middle, mark the exact middle, and when you get the middle of your work, you are going to go in and out with your chain around the waist to get your perfect adjustment, to get a perfect waist adjustment. Sorry. And you're done for the work. If you haven't subscribed to the channel again, please do. And if you have, I love you. Stay blessed. Until we meet next week with another video. Is bye bye.